Hey everyone, this is Wei and welcome back. Now for this drawing, I'm going to be doing a very small portrait of Marilyn Monroe using a 6B pencil. So obviously this is a speed painting, I'm just talking over it. So right off the bat, my pencil is relatively dull, and this allows me to shade very quickly, and especially with a 6B pencil, it's very soft, so you can actually cover a lot of area very quickly. And because I am drawing so small, and the head itself on the paper is probably only 4 inches tall, so it's very small. So I just want to talk about some of the benefits of drawing small. So sometimes when you're having issues shading and things like that, or maybe a shading technique is not very clean, so you get kind of blotches everywhere. Well, one of the cure for that is to draw really small, because it actually, by drawing small, it will force you to see only the major shapes, because when you're drawing so small, you really can't put in a lot of details. And so this is a really good exercise to just force yourself to see the major shapes first. It's almost like when you're drawing, how you're blurring your vision so that you can see the major shapes and not the details. So, and I hope you guys are doing that when you're drawing. You should be just kind of squinting your eyes so that you can see the reference picture, and so you can see the major forms instead of the little details. And so right here, so 6B pencil, I'm just kind of rubbing it very soft. It's not a lot of, a little bit of cross hatching, but a lot of it just kind of like wiggly shapes, because I am doing it so soft. I'm very light on my hand, so like right now I'm just going back over and shading more, just turning my pencil a little bit, getting a little bit harder edge, and just really hitting the the hardest spots. And you just kind of keep doing it layer by layer, and it's pretty cool. It's kind of like sculpting. You're bringing the forms out of the out of the paper. Just say sculpting, you start with a piece of clay, just bringing out the forms. So right here I'm just shading. Yeah, very straightforward. I mean, I'm just kind of shading, and well, sometimes I kind of go blank. Let's say you're shading one area, and then it's just kind of like, oh, what am I doing? I don't know if you get that. It's like I'm not sure what I'm shading anymore, and then that's when I need to like really look back into the reference and see what I need to shade. Because sometimes when you keep going, you realize, oh no, it's just trying to get rid of what you think it should look like, and then you start shading it the same way, and then it becomes not very realistic, because it's just what's in your head and it's not really what's in the reference. So yeah, her eyes are difficult, because I actually had to go in a couple of times to adjust this. But again, if you're drawing portraits and stuff just for fun like this, don't worry about the likeness, okay? Just work on other stuff, because there's so much other stuff you're learning as you're drawing, that just don't get caught up with too much of the likeness. And I mean, for me, when I started this, it's like, okay, it's Marilyn Monroe, right? Pretty face. It's like, even if, let's say, it doesn't look like Marilyn, I mean, hopefully it will still look like a pretty face, right? So that's kind of what I'm going for. It's more of an attractive drawing as opposed to getting the super lightness of her. Okay, so here's the final drawing, and this is just kind of pushed it a little bit more, just adding a little bit more detail, probably another 20 minutes of drawing. So pretty much everything you've seen on screen, I'm just adding a little bit more detail, a little bit more highlights, and just to cap it off. So anyhow, I hope you guys like this, and if you do, please do give me a thumbs up, and I will see you next time.